everyone, my name is Jackie Harrell, and I'm going to present my case on the article, The Effects of Praise on Children's Intrinsic Motivation, a Review and Synthesis by Jennifer Hitterlong and Mark R. Lepper. Praise, like penicillin, must not be administered haphazardly. There are rules and cautions that govern the handling of patient medicine, rules about timing and dosage, cautions about the possible allergic reactions. There are similar regulations about the administration of emotional medicine. H. Gino, 1965, page 39. Before we really delve into this topic, I would like to give you a few working definitions. What is positive praise? Positive praise is positive evaluations made by a person of another's products, performances, or attributes, where the evaluator presumes the validity of the standard by which the evaluation is based. Intrinsic motivation is doing something because it gives you a sense of pride, pleasure, or enjoyment. Intrinsic motivation is doing something because you gain something external for it. Money, toy, something like that. In this article, the authors, Hitterlong and Lepper, examine two opposing viewpoints on positive praise. 1. Positive praise undermines children's ability to develop a sense of efficacy and undermines motivation. And 2. Positive praise is a great tool for motivating children. Throughout the article, Hitterlong and Lepper examine several correlational studies that support both sides, but ultimately take the viewpoint that sincere praise used under the appropriate conditions has a positive impact on student motivation. Correlational research provides support for a view that praise can undermine motivation. In a study of 4-year-olds, Grusick found a negative correlation between the degree in which mothers praised their children for their prosocial behavior. However, their children did not behave in a prosocial manner. In another study done by Rowe, students in a classroom received positive praise, and it was correlated with reduced time on task, more eye-checking, inflected speech such that answers sounded like questions. The article cites 3 research studies that are very similar that talk about the a positive correlation between positive praise and student time on task. One of the studies that they looked at was a study with 4th grade students who were asked to complete funny riddles. The more the students were given positive praise, the more riddles the students completed. The potential for the power of praise is also evident in the behavior modification literature. Albert Bandura states that although self-efficacy is the strongest variable that has been linked to success, verbal persuasion can be used to convince others they do have the ability to succeed, which should in turn enhance self-perceptions and self-efficacy. There are 6 common themes that emerge from the literature underlying positive versus negative effects of verbal praise: perceived sincerity, performance attributes, autonomy, competence, self-efficacy, standards, and expectations. I just want to go over a few with you. Perceived sincerity. When you're giving praise, be sincere about the praise that you're giving. If you're not sincere, the children will pick up on that. Performance attributes. Be specific in your praise. Instead of just saying good job, say things like, that's good. I can see you worked harder than most on this puzzle. Autonomy. We want to foster autonomy in the children. One thing to keep in mind that can inhibit autonomy is that boys seem to pay more attention to the informational part of your praise, while girls are more in tune with the controlling factor of the praise. So when you're giving out praise, keep it sincere, be specific, use it sparingly, be aware of those factors. Gender and culture, sincerity all play a role. If you would like to read this article in its entirety, I have attached it to the discussion board below. As an educator, how do you use positive praise in the classroom? What indicators do you look for to know when positive praise is being overused?